is entering his 11th season at Ohio State and returns 12 letter winners and 4 starters from a team that finished 25-7 last season and earned an NCAA championship. We'll start with opening questions.
Morning.
Morning, Jim.
Saw your wife in the airport yesterday.
Yeah, she's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Don't I wish I was with her?
One of your favorite topics is preseason awards, and Taylor Hill, the media, and the coaches preseason.
Yeah, I think we're going to have the banquet on Monday.
Yeah, yeah. But can you speak to the kid you recruited as to how much she's risen from that kid to the kid who would get that kind of...
Well, she's had different responsibilities every year. She came to us as a very athletic slasher and was complimented with Sammy Perales and Brittany Johnson. Brittany, a great shooter, and Brittany graduated last year, so Taylor became our shooting guard. And Sammy graduated, so she'll be playing a significant amount of point. And I just think it gives you an indication of how varied her skill set is and how much she's improved in a lot of areas.
Good morning, Jim.
Morning.
Are we all invited to the banquet?
Yes, you're MC.
How do you get your team prepared to play on an aircraft carrier?
You just go outside to the local playground on a windy day and throw it up. If the wind's blowing, we're taking it to the hole. That's all I can tell you.
Hi, Coach. I guess the million-dollar question this year is, how is your team so far filling the void of Sam Perales being gone?
Very well. I'm very happy with the first 3 weeks of practice. The ball's really popping. We've had some significant improvement by our post players, and instead of the ball being in Sammy's hands, as gifted as she was, Ashley Adams may be the best passing post player in the country. Taylor Hill's doing a terrific job at point. Amaris Alston, a freshman, is very, very good with the ball, makes terrific decisions, and we're just looking forward to getting ready to play some games.
Hey, Coach.
Mayor?
You mentioned just style of play.
Go Giants.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I know. One style of play with Sammy, 40 minutes a game. How will you guys, at least early, be a different team when we see you?
I don't necessarily think we're going to be that different, except the ball's not going to be in one person's hands as often as it was. Sammy had a skill set that more of a combination guard than a true point guard, but very gifted passer, and we were very good in transition as a result. But I think early indications are we're going to be as good in transition because we've got a lot of speed, and probably get our post players a little bit more into the early transition. But I think I'm not asking anybody to walk in and score 20 points a game. But I think you'll see people's point production go up incrementally, and we'll be a more balanced team this year, in my opinion.
Morning, Coach.
Morning.
I guess there's some proposal or discussion out there about some changes to the game, lower rim, bigger ball, shorter shot clock.
Yeah.
Does the game itself need any changes, and if so, what would you like to see, or no changes at all?
I really don't think about that stuff. Gina's got a team that allows him to have escapist moments, and the rest of us are spending a lot of time trying to get our team better.
There are 3 new coaches in the league this year, and there was 1 last year. But how do the new coaches help the league, do you think? Or will they
It's just, I'm about to maybe purchase my 3rd home in 11 years in Columbus, and I did the same thing in Nashville. I had 3 homes in 11 years, and if you're not changing your job, I like changing my location. And I like the fact that we have new coaches, which allows you the opportunity to prepare, this year for 3 different philosophies that weren't present last year. And I think we've had 24 coaching changes since I've been in the Big Ten. So it's not something we're not used to.
Coach, what are your expectations for Taylor Hill this season, and how have you seen her game kind of progress so far?
Well, I expect her to lead. She's going to have the ball in her hands, and I think that goes hand in hand with that. I think she's done a very, very good job the first 3 weeks. I thought my team was prepared early this year when we walked into the gym when we were allowed to be with them. It was very obvious that our seniors had done a great job through the course of the summer of implementing some of the things we like to do. So it was a very easy transition, and I'd say Taylor, Amber Stokes, and Emily Harmon would be, very responsible for that.
Who has stepped up, or who needs to step up with the loss of Beach inside?
I think that's an area where we have a lot of candidates. Doris Moore has really played well. First 3 weeks, we thought Doris had a lot of potential, and it took her that first year. I think she struggled with conditioning and such, but I think she shot 58% from the floor last year, and she's a very gifted passer, and she's playing at a very high level. And Martina Ellerby, Emily Harmon, Amy Skellion, and Emily Harmon have been healthy for their first time at Ohio State, and they had terrific off seasons, and they look very good. So we've got that's a position that we have some depth at.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Coach.